Are you kidding me? Guys, I have a good one for you today. If you're a figure collector and a Berserk fan, you're gonna love this one. Guys, I got here one of the most mysterious characters in anime, Skull Knight, a figure brought to you by 3-0. Without further ado, let's review Skull Knight from Berserk. All right, before I get into this box, I'm gonna review the box real quick. I love this box because it's very different from any kind of figure box that I've had before. It's got this, what reminds me of a Pokemon holographic card look. Very shiny. It showcases Skull Knight very well on the front, very mysterious picture. His eyes glowing. If you shine some of the light on it, it kind of changes, just like holographic cards. I think that's a sick look. On the back, we got a silver metallic look, sinister, mysterious looking picture of Skull Knight on it. We got the sticker of authenticity from 3-0 on here. Overall, it's a great box. It's one that you could display on a shelf if you want to. I probably will. It looks incredible. Let me get into this. Let's go. Let's dig in. Oh, man. So first of all, right when you open the box, it has this paper on it with Skull Knight on it. This thing, I mean, if I cut this out, it could be a picture. Basically give you a poster of Skull Knight. I love that. That's very nice of them too. What figure company puts a poster of the character in the box? Incredible. Already loving it. Now we see the figure itself. All right. Oh man. So this is a 1/6 scale figure. Very big. Right out of the package, it smells like new paint. Wow. There's a lot of plastic on him to protect the figure. It's not too much. There's some foam on him to protect all of this armor on him. So I'm gonna remove all of these little rectangular foam things. Getting out the shield, swords. Putting those up, have everything out. Oh my gosh. All right, right out of the box, man. Already puts a smile on my face just because not only do I love figures, but I love figures when they're done right and they look good. And he's already looking spectacular, man, especially for the price I paid. Don't let that alarm you. It's very well worth it. First of all, let's go into detail. All right, detail of the character. Man, his armor, I mean, it looks realistic. It's made out of this kind of plastic, but it's a very well-made plastic, doesn't feel cheap. All of the spikes are round. His face, all of his armor looks very real, looks almost like metal. It's not metal, but they did a very good job. One thing, his chest right here, where his rib cage is, this is kind of like a rubber. It probably helps the movement of the figure, but the chest plate, I would like it to be individual bone structures right here. The spikes, everything down to the bottom of the armor right here. They even got his toes on here. I don't know if we see much of Skull Knight's toes, but they put some toenails on him. That's pretty funny. One thing about this though, this reminds me a lot of the SH Figure Arts capes that they're doing, especially for Guts. They have this metal wire into it where you can make it look like it's blowing in the wind. I can move the wire throughout this cape. The cape is very well made to where it makes it easy to display on a shelf. Also, they even have little rips in the cape to where it looks like he's, you know, kind of weathered, battle damage. He's been through it. This cape has been and seen lots of battles. Like I said, Skull Knight is a mysterious character. We don't know how many battles he's been through. He only comes and goes, tells Guts, you know, a little bit about what's about to happen. Came and saved Guts and Casca like we've seen in the Eclipse scene, which is one of my favorite scenes in all of animes, where he busts out of the, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but spoiler alert, where he busts out of the Eclipse and comes down and tries to attack Void, the character of Void, and the God Hand, and he cuts through all these demons. It's just an incredible scene. You guys know, if you're a Berserk fan, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen Berserk, what are you doing? Go watch it now, man. Get on that. You like anime? Go watch Berserk. Brutal, but very entertaining and very motivating. Other details, The armor in his hand has everything. I mean, he's very spiky. So even in his hands, he has this protective armor over it that has some spikes on it. Kind of reminds me of Wolverine, but even that, the detail is made very well. The eyes do light up. I haven't figured out how to, ow, I even poked myself right there. These are very sharp around his head. The eyes light up though. I don't know how to turn it on yet. It has an instruction manual. I don't know where the switch is. Yeah, and there's actually a caution sign where it says, you know, a finger to one of these spikes, and I just poked my finger right here. It says, you know, it shows a little blood dripping out of a finger if you touch these spikes. Very sharp. So be careful about that. The detail on the spine looks great, man. Everything looks very fantastic. Sometimes you get these figures where the back of the figures are less detailed than the front, but this one's detailed accurate on the front and the back. Even the skirt is cloth. Very cool detail right there. Another thing, this magnet's on it. So if you want to have more of his arms covered up, like it usually is, with the cape, you could put it around and you get more of that. So that's a cool feature on this. I really like that. The belts on the lower part of his armor right here for these flaps, these leg flaps, I don't really know what to call it, so don't roast me in the comments, or do roast me in the comments. I don't care, man. Educate me. Tell me what these are called, but whatever that is called, the belts on it look realistic, and I even think it's actual real leather on it. It definitely is, so that's really cool. Put 2 fingers this way. Okay. Okay, to get his eyes to light up, opening the back part of his skull, getting to the battery section. One thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't come with the batteries already. You have to get the batteries separately, and it takes AG1 batteries, those coin-looking batteries, and it takes 3 of them. So you gotta pop off the back of his skull, flip on the switch, and his eyes light up. Awesome feature. I wish I would have known that it didn't come with batteries already, or I'd had that in this video. But overall detail of this, man, I give it a 9.5. Other than the chest plate could be a little bit better, but it doesn't really hurt too much. Also right here, I just found out that his jaw moves. So you can, if you do stop motion, make it look like he's talking. Quick interruption, guys. I gotta tell you about my favorite energy drink, G Fuel. Not only do they have incredible flavors and it comes with caffeine, but they have collaboration with some of our favorite animes and also video game characters. Speaking of video games, Tekken 8's coming out and they have a new collector's box featuring Tekken. You guys gotta check it out, man. G Fuel is one of our favorite sponsors, and if you want to support me and my channel a little bit more than just watching the video, use code OGRE at gfuel.com when you check out. Guys, use code OGRE. It's going to help out. Thank you so much, guys. I really love this drink, and I love it just because not only it's an amazing energy drink, I can display these tubs featuring my favorite animes. So go over to gfuel.com, use code OGRE. Let's get into articulation next. Articulation, guys. The way the figure moves. Let's start with the arms first, man. Most of the time, these big figures, they're gonna move well. And his arm goes straight out, straight forward, very easily. Arms turn, the hand turns, raise it above his head pretty easily. The shoulder armor kind of holds back from going too high, but if you had these off, the arm would raise up as high as you want. It's a little stiff at first, and you don't want it too loose, just in case you do display it and the arms start falling down. Standing ability, very good. Easily, it doesn't fall over, it's not top heavy. Legs, they move. He can do the splits. Nothing's falling off right now, like some of the SH Figure Arts figures. I don't know if you would do much with displaying him with his legs bent, but if there was a horse, and I wish the horse was with this, man. But the legs move very well. If you see the articulation, very simple. You can hear some clicking in it to where you can, move it out in different levels. I like it because it allows the figure to not get over time too loose to where the figure can't stand anymore. It has those notches to where it kind of locks in to where you want it to be. I missed this earlier on the backs of his legs right here. It's kind of rubber So that's a cool thing right there. So the whole entire figure looks not like a figure, but like the character itself. You know how some of the backs of the legs, you can see the articulation. Let's say this Goku figure right here, the backs of this. Now if it had like a rubber skin type thing where you don't see that it's like a toy, that's a cool feature having back there. Even the feet move side to side, up and down. His upper body, if you wanted him to do some crunches, some abs, everything moves very well on him. And you can hear that clicking to where it can go into different like little levels wherever you want it to move, and it would be stuck right there. It doesn't just fall back into place. All right, the articulation of the head moves left to right very easily, up and down, wherever way you want the head to move very easy. Sometimes, and I've had figures where everything moves, but the head doesn't move. So in this one, everything on this figure moves and can be positioned any way you want. Awesome articulation. I give it a 10 out of 10. All right, now let's get into his accessories. All right, first is the sword of actuation right here. This sword is very lightweight. The detail on it looks very good. It looks like a metal sword. Doesn't look like a plastic fake toy sword. The spikes on this sword are very sharp, just like these spikes right here on him. So keep that in mind if you do get this figure, to just be careful with poking yourself with all this stuff. The sword looks good. All right, the Bahamut sword, when it comes to life, it has this, this thorn around it, all the eyeballs, and the sword itself, the Bahamut look to it looks very well made, very well detailed with all the eyeballs. The coloring looks great, color looks accurate. I'm very happy with both of these swords. Let's get to the shield. His shield looks incredible. Also, another thing about him, it looks like metal. Nothing about this figure has a cheap look to it, so I'm very happy about that. It fits on his arm. Let's see. Might have to kind of use a little bit of force. Look at that, the boy's shielded. Hands, he comes with 3 pairs of hands, and I don't know what the difference is between them. It doesn't look like much at all, what I'm seeing. One might be a little bit slightly more open, but that's about it. The details of the hands look great. Maybe one set of hands is for a specific sword. I'm not sure, and you guys can educate me on that in the comments below. Pricing, what this figure will run you. I've seen on eBay it's going for over $300. Some are at like $330, $350. I got this for around $270 at a local store around here, and when I saw it, it was a must-have. All right, overall rating of this figure, I give him a 9.5, only because the chest plate I feel like could have been done a little bit better, and he did not come with his horse. It is what it is. I'm very happy with it overall. Can't wait to display him, and if you guys get this, you're not gonna be disappointed. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Whatever you want to see me review next, let me know. Berserk fans out there, you gotta get him. I'm out.